Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Unbiased Rugby podcast. My name's Matthew. Brent, good to see you, mate.
How's it, man? Good. Good to see you too, bro.
I'm back. I'm ready to eat my words, eh?
I hope so. I mean, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest with you. The French were extremely strong in that first game.
I'm
Extremely
ready.
strong.
Yeah, absolutely. New Zealand were nowhere to be seen, but that doesn't take away from the fact that the French deserve to win that game. What a game to watch. Didn't expect it. Here to take all the flack you guys want to give me. I'm ready. I'm waiting. Everyone told me they're going to meet me in the comments after the game. I was there. There was no one. I was
Everyone was
there.
still celebrating their wins.
I came back to the comments after the game to eat my words, and there was one guy there. There was only one guy. Okay, so what a weekend! First round done and dusted.
Yeah. No, it was a good weekend. I got to say, for me personally, I don't know about yourself. What was your most entertaining game of the weekend?
Oh, Fiji Wales.
I agree with you.
Fiji Wales, biggest game. Way to close with that.
It was an absolute cracker. I was loving that game. Yeah, I think we should jump into that one first, to be honest with you, because there's a lot of controversy going on in that game at the moment.
What do you want me to say? Fiji should never have gotten a yellow card. They weren't even on a warning. Wales were on 2 to 3 warnings, never got a yellow card. It's a matter of, for me, it's ridiculous. Fiji dropped that ball after 80 minutes, but they should have been on at least 2 penalty advantages.
No, for sure. But I do think that the yellow card for Fiji was because of a deliberate infringement with collapsing the maul, because the maul was probably running towards the try line.
Well, then why not penalty try?
Yeah, you see, I don't know. It's not a guarantee that it'll be scored because it was still like 5 meters out. But then there should have been a penalty try yellow card towards Fiji with that no arms tackle over the try line.
Absolutely. Two of them.
Yeah, so...
they were a bit soft, but if you're going to call it, you're going to call it, you know. We're going to talk about it a little bit later as well. You've got Tom Curry's yellow card, which was reviewed into a red, which I think is absolutely disgraceful.
I don't agree with that either. I mean, where's this game going?
If anything, the Argentinian player who smacked the guy with his hip in the face should have got the red, but his stayed a yellow.
Yeah.
And for England to still win that game, absolute respect. Well done.
Yeah. No, incredible. 78 minutes with 14 players on the field. It's crazy.
Absolutely. They deserve to win that game. I thought Argentina would take it, and Argentina couldn't take it with 14 men. They don't deserve it, so that's fine.
They were also nowhere to be seen. But
nowhere.
Remember, I did tell you last week when we had a little bit of a preview about this that Argentina is a very strong squad, but they just don't show up in World Cups. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the pressure.
Yeah, my
cat's going to destroy those headphones.
If it's not my kid, it's my cat.
Yeah, if it's not your latte, then it's your cat. But like I said, Argentina just didn't show up. Neither did New Zealand. Matt, I'm not going to lie to you. South Africa also got a bit lucky at certain points in that game.
I don't know I think Scotland played one hell of a game. I think if you look at our defense, go look at our defense. We didn't have a try scored against us. Obviously, they only got the one penalty. I think our defense was immaculate.
No, for sure.
I think Scotland forwards fronted up like crazy. I was extremely, at halftime, I was starting to sweat a little bit.
Yeah, so was I.
But then, Marnie Lubbock came back out. We'll talk about his kicking now, but he came back out, and that no-look cross kick, I don't know why you wouldn't look where you want to kick the ball, to be quite honest with you.
He just knew who was in that space, and there was a gap there, so it was a possibility to do.
Absolutely, and it worked out, and we were all jumping up and down screaming, so there's nothing wrong with that.
And don't get me wrong about a no-look cross kick. The thing is, he's looking at his foot, that he's getting his foot on the ball at the right place.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Then he looked up. So it's not like he's looking in the field where he wants to kick, but as long as he's made good contact with it, he knows it's staying in field.
Listen, he scored a try, so we can't do it.
I think it's brilliant.
So we can't say anything about it.
It will definitely be in the highlight reel.
I think Damien Dialendi, what a cracker of a game.
You reckon?
Oh, absolutely. Have you seen the stats on him? Something like, I don't know how many run meters he made, how many times he got over the gain line. He's got Esther isn't breathing down his neck.
Yeah, so he's put up a
he
bit of a
he
fight
has
now.
to he has to put in a performance. But he showed up at the last World Cup, and watch him show up at this one again. But it doesn't help if you only show up at the World Cup.
Yeah. No, I think he had a good game. I think most of the guys had a good game. I mean, the Scottish were hard, eh?
They shut down our forwards very well. I mean, Malcolm Marx stole one ball; he was nowhere to be seen. I know he went off; he got a couple of stitches.
Yeah.
Elizabeth went off for an injury. I'm not too stressed about that. We're hearing
Kirk Lee
something
went
from
off
yeah,
blood as well.
yeah.
Had to wrap him up as well. So it was a
We're
rough
hearing
game.
something like Villy came on at 10. That's strange.
And it was terrible, eh?
It was terrible, but it's
He almost
strange.
cost us big, eh? He almost cost us big there with that knock on straight from Grant Williams. He first touch of the ball, he knocked it on. I don't know what he was doing there.
How's the Grant Williams break?
Brilliant, dude. The Scottish can thank Finn Russell for that one. Eh? That ankle tap was a try saver. He had one hell of a game, Matt. Finn Russell had an insane game.
Yeah.
50-22.
Toes.
But brilliant game. He really controlled the game well, but South Africa's defense was on par.
No, Scotland showed up to play, but I mean, I knew we'd win that game. If anybody lost their house on the New Zealand-France game, that's my fault. Still not going to pay for your house, though.
That one was on you, yeah.
Listen, it's been a bit of a shambles. We sat last year, this time, not last year, last World Cup, this time, moaning about consistency with referees. That's also going to be one of the things. We're not going to spend too much time. I'm not going to moan about it. But, I don't understand Tom Curry's red card. It's disgraceful. To go back to that English game. It's absolutely disgraceful. What does the game come to, Brent?
No, man, the thing is, it's not a deliberate thing. His body made contact first. Yes, there is a head involved and stuff like that. But when is there not a head involved? When you're in that ruck, or you're not getting hit on the head. So why is that okay?
Yeah, no.
So I don't get this whole situation. I know that we want to protect the players and stuff like this, but this is getting ridiculous. You can't play this game like that. Then
you make the players scared to play.
That's exactly it.
The players are almost scared to put in 100% because they're just going to get sent off. So everyone's playing half-assed.
That's exactly it. And Tom Curry is one of those guys that give everything. He always gives everything every game, and now you see it comes back at him.
If he gets, I don't know if they're going to review that, but if he gets a ban for that, I swear. I feel desperate going back again. We're jumping up and down here, but Fiji, my brother-in-law was telling me that those guys had to have GoFundMes and stuff just to get to the World Cup. Is that true?
I know in the last one it was like that. I'm not too sure now because they've got Fiji playing in that other tournament with Japan and Samoa and that. So I'm not too sure.
Listen, if that's true, that's also absolutely disgraceful. World Rugby should be paying for that.
Yeah, but, Matt, a tier 2 team and stuff like that, I mean, they're absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, but if they qualify, Brian, and they don't have the funds to go, World Rugby makes more than enough money to pay for some plane tickets and some hotels and,
I wish they would, Matt. I really wish they would make it more fair because with what Fiji showed on Sunday, it was by far the best game. It actually made the whole weekend worth the rugby. I'm not going to lie to you. The running from those boys was absolutely insane. The tackle count from the Welsh.
I wish I had.
You've got to give them props, eh? You've got to give them props
Fiji
for making those tackles.
Fiji made 70 tackles that whole game, and the Welsh made over 200, I think.
It was something over 200, and not
240?
just tackles. Did you see how many Oaks were being bounced on that field? I don't think I've ever seen so many people being bounced around.
I don't know how they got up, eh? I don't know how those Welsh players got up after tackling one of those Fijians.
You've got to give the Welsh props on that, eh? Because, wow.
No, listen.
Those Oaks were running hard, eh?
I refuse to give the Welsh team any respect after looking at Dan Bigger at halftime.
Oh, dude, but it's not the whole team. Dan Bigger's had his moments of acting like a spoiled
brat. That
brat.
Oak should have got subbed off, and he should not be allowed to play again. How do you treat your teammates like that? Fluking them, screaming at them, swearing at them at halftime because he didn't kick the ball out. That was a chance for a counter-attack. It really was.
But you must remember, that was under a major amount of pressure. As a fly-off, it's your job to control the game. And for those Oaks to be playing that ball there is a very dangerous thing. So I'm not standing up for him. It was completely out of order what he did there.
Yeah. In the locker room, it's fine. I get it. But
but like I was saying,
his team.
Just give me a second. So now the thing is, you've also got to take he's also taking responsibility for his team. If a try came out there, that would be on his team. Then they would have lost that game. So I can understand his frustration, because why are you playing in your own 5 meter anyway? And then he's also putting in massive kicks over. He's the one taking the penalties and stuff like that. So he's got a lot of responsibilities, a lot of responsibility on his hands there. So I don't agree with the way that he treated his teammates, and I don't that reaction was completely uncalled for. Just kick the ball out and get it out. And him being a spoiled brat, that will come back to him, because that's not a role model that you want for your kids to be watching. My personal opinion.
No, absolutely. And you're spot on correct. You're absolutely right. I just think it's like you say, you don't blame him. I get where he's coming from. Like you just said, I understand where he's coming from and why. But do it in the locker room. You know what I mean?
100%.
Or,
No, 100%.
or do it quietly. But he kind of embarrassed his team. And I just think
100%.
as a coach, like I hear where you come from and you're spot on correct. But as a coach, I know you can't just sub him off because you need him on the field. But then he went on and missed a kick. And did his team fluke him for missing a kick? Did they swear at him for missing a kick? No. They pat him on the back and they say, listen, it's okay. We'll get the next one. You know what I mean?
But let's also take into consideration, you've just had 40 minutes of flying Fijians running at you. You're not in a good mood either. Let's be honest now, because I wouldn't be happy after that situation. Those guys were taking an absolute beating.
No, listen,
handoffs and
the Welsh
shoulders
players
and everything.
played almost 2 games in a row because by half time it was like the end of 80 minutes.
It was hectic. The pace of that game was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. By far my favorite game of the weekend.
Absolutely. I didn't think Wales would pull it off. I tipped Fiji in the SuperBru, and I tipped New Zealand, I tipped Argentina, and I tipped Fiji. So those are the 3 that I went wrong. But I got within my scores on the Scotland game and on the Australia game at least. And we'll see. So that kind of messed everything up. England messed everything up. But then again, like I said, I'm glad they won because they actually deserved it.
They did play well, eh? They did play very well with 14 men.
And I'm desperate for Fiji because they deserve to win. And I think that the refereeing was atrocious in that game. And people can sit here and saying I'm moaning about the ref. You're damn fucking right. You're damn right. In that last game, I'm moaning about the ref. It was a disgrace.
But now, from what I've heard, that he's an Irish referee, but he was Welsh born.
I don't know. They had I don't know. There's not many Southern Hemisphere refs up in this World Cup that I've seen.
They don't want them there.
No.
Because then the shoe's on the other foot.
But I loved the weekend. I loved watching the first round. Some of the scores were bigger than I thought. Me and my brother-in-law were sitting talking about it, going, the way they built this World Cup, it was like everything is going to be so close. No, it's a load of horse rubbish. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not going to be as close as everyone says it's going to be. There's only a few teams that can make it to the quarterfinals, and we know who they are.
But it is a little bit closer than what it was. I mean, Fiji, if they won that game and they were in the running to go into the quarters, they have to beat Australia now to be able to go through those quarters.
Well, they got a bonus point. They got the bonus point.
But you still have to beat Australia now. Or Australia has to beat Wales and someone else to be able to do this.
It depends if Wales lose another game or if Australia lose a game. It all depends, because, or they got to pull out a draw somewhere,
That's it, yeah.
So we'll see what happens. I really hope they can get through, but I just feel bad for old mate Uppercut.
Oh, yeah, Eddie Jones.
Yeah, I feel terrible for Eddie Jones because how long can he lose for? And how long can he fake it for? I mean, if you've seen the adverts he's been out with on TV, I love to prove dads wrong.
But he won on Saturday, so it's all good.
Yeah, at least one out of 6 now.
Yeah, but that team seems to be clicking a little bit better now.
Carter Gordon is useless. Carter Gordon's bloody useless.
Hey, my man, you were throwing Cooper under the bus the other day as well, so who should they go with then?
Bernard Foley. I've been saying it the whole time.
Yeah, but...
Or Lolesio. Or Bernard Foley and Lolesio on the bench.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know, maybe they're just trying out something new. It worked for them this time around, and we just have to see what's going on.
Well, listen, they don't have an easy game coming up this weekend. Australia, Fiji.
You're going to have to put your tacklers in there this time round because those are coming hard after last week's game.
After last week's game, they're gonna. I'm actually. I think I should tip Fiji because after last week's game, they're going to be coming in there with
Matt, there's not a
with the
lot of teams
fire in the belly.
there's not a lot of teams that will be able to keep up that sort of tackling. Hats off to Wales, though. That is insane what they did, and they kept them out of there. But not a lot of teams are going to be able to keep. Obviously, the top tier one teams: France, Ireland, South Africa, New Zealand. They'll be able to handle that. Australia as well, but mate, when they're running against a team like Georgia or something like that, it's not going to be that easy.
No, absolutely, I hear you.
Because
I'm
those
excited.
break you.
Yep, and I'm excited to see Tonga play this weekend because they didn't play last weekend. They're playing Ireland this weekend, so I'm excited to see Tonga because they can also field a pretty,
vicious team, eh?
Vicious team, and those Islanders, they same as
They're
the
hard.
Fijians, they run hard and they'll keep running at you.
There's a lot of passion that goes on there, so it's going to be a great game to watch.
It's not going to be a walkover like Romania was, let me tell you. It's going to be a hell of a lot harder.
I've never seen a tier 1 team go and put like the absolute best team in to play against a tier 2 team. It just seems a little bit brutal to me, but I guess they wanted the points in case they do lose somewhere along the line. So they want that bit of a buffer, but thrashing someone in the World Cup 82, whatever it was, is rough, mate.
Let me tell you, I'm excited to see Scotland and Ireland. Hey?
That's going to be a good one. I'm also very keen for that match.
That's going to be a hell of a game because Scotland played well against us, and now they know they need to beat Ireland to get in.
And that's
so they're going to come. They're going to come hard at Ireland. They're going to come harder at Ireland than they came at us.
I reckon, yeah. Well, it's the only chance now. They have to beat them. So it's going to be interesting to see what's going on there.
What else is happening this weekend? Thursday, we have got France versus Uruguay. A bit of a walkover there. Namibia versus New Zealand on Friday. I don't know. I don't think it'll be a walkover, but obviously New Zealand will take it. But I don't know about how much.
Matt, you must check. I was watching the Namibia game. Those oaks aren't fit. I saw.
Yeah, they play for 50, 55, 60 minutes. Eh?
Yeah, the Namibians are, and New Zealand loves that last 20-minute spell. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, and then Samoa and Chile. That'll be a good game to watch because they both had buys as well. I want to watch Samoa.
No, Chile played. Chile played.
Oh, did Chile play? Okay,
Chile
sorry. They played Japan. Yeah. Yes, they played Japan.
Had a good game,
I checked the score, but I did not watch much of it. I'm not going to lie. I think it was 40-12 or something.
But they had a very good game.
40-12 or somewhere there.
Because they were last chance qualifiers, so it was definitely something that was...
Well, look, they knocked out Canada and the US.
Yeah. But they are strong. I mean, okay, tier 2 reasons strong, but they had a very good game against Japan, I thought. Scored the first try and everything like that, so it was good.
Wales, Portugal. Obviously, Wales should come out on top of that. Ireland, Tonga will be one of the good ones on Saturday.
That'll be a cracker, yeah.
South Africa, Romania.
Okay. What do you think they're going to do with that game? What type of team do you think they're going to field?
I think they're going to field a C team there. They're going to put on the softies and just to get some guys some game time.
I would love to get Grant Williams on the
starting.
Starting. That needs to be starting there. And then
you'll have your Moody, you'll have your
Jasper Visa
in there. Yes, but he needs it because he wasn't,
he's hard, He was breaking the tackles and everything. He's not as...
There's no Dwayne Vermeulen.
He does the job of Dwayne Vermeulen. Dwayne Vermeulen just does it in a smarter way because he's got the experience on it. And then I think we'll probably see Marvin Ori and someone else, one of the other locks.
Probably Jean Klein.
Arceus Snyman came in and he had one hell of a game. The guy's offloading is brilliant.
He's a machine, He's an absolute
just
machine.
How he gets his arm around the Oaks and just gives out a back pop. Awesome. Wings, what do you think? Are they going to go with Mapimpi or what do you think they're going to go there?
I think they're going to go with Mapimpi and I'm not quite sure. Who do we have in the camp as wings? I mean, we've got so many. We've got Orange, so we've got Colby. We've got Mapimpi. We've got Moody. Is that all we got? Because there's so many other players that can cover wings. So they're going to play probably Orange and
Mapimpi.
Mapimpi. Or what they're going to do is they're going to put Jesse
No.
Creel on the likes of wing.
Orange and Mapimpi are on the same side, aren't they?
Doesn't matter. Orange played on no, Orange can play either side.
Oh, okay.
Orange can play either side because he would play with Mapimpi. He would play right wing where Colby is. Then this weekend he played left wing.
Left wing, okay.
Or no, I think he played right wing this weekend, and Colby played left wing.
Not 100% sure. Didn't check it
Because
out.
Orange is the one who scored that try from the.
Yeah, from the cross
And he
kick.
was on the right wing. He was 14.
He was on the right wing.
Because even the commentators like Cheslin Colby. Oh, it's Curtly Orange.
Yeah. So he was also playing against Duan then. Correct.
Yes, he was. And he shut him down, eh? So whoever said that in the comments was pretty spot on.
100%.
Australia Fiji, very excited to watch that game. That's going to be the game of the weekend. That and Ireland and Tonga. But Australia Fiji is going to be the game of the weekend. England Japan thereafter on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then we kick off on Wednesday again.
Yeah. We'll do a breakdown in between then, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. So I loved this weekend, but I was sucking down beers like there was nothing else.
Yeah. Good time in Toronto.
Oh, absolutely. Went to a New Zealand bar, a Kiwi bar in the city, and I've never seen so many South Africans in one place. But let me tell you, it was more like Cape Town South Africans, you know.
Okay.
It's like I was watching the tennis. I was the only one jumping up and down.
Okay, so
everyone else was just
more sophisticated.
You know?
More sophisticated than yourself,
yeah. Even my wife was telling me, calm down, keep quiet. You're making too much noise.
No, I just did something at home, had a little bit of a bra, did it that way.
Sweet, my bro.
No, 100, brother. Guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We will be here throughout the World Cup. And hope you enjoy the content.
Yeah, like I said, I'm here to take all the flack. I'm here. Give it to me. Dish it out. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, bud. Bye.
Bye.